Nitro fam, YouTube, what it do? Man, happy new year to everybody. Hope everybody had a safe and prosperous holiday, man. Enjoyed the fam, I know I did. And and a happy new year and man, and pray for the ones that didn't, you know what I mean? But as you can see, man, I got a Savage X of what's supposed to be a Savage X. Um, I've never done a ground up build, or I've never taken none of my trucks all the way apart like my man Nitro Addiction. Cause shit, I just don't got the time, shit, or the patience to be fucking honest. But I need to because it's starting to bug me about those little parts that stay dirty all the time. So I need to start really jumping into ripping these things all the way down to the bone. So this is, as you can see, this is just a chassis and some few pieces, bulkheads and shit. There's not much here, so this is gonna be like close as I can get from the ground up for right now. So um, I'm gonna clean these parts up. So I'm gonna eventually be taking that apart, cleaning everything up, putting it back together, and I have, eh, I want to say maybe about two or three different power plants I can go with in here to give it some kick. I just want to make it. I want to do this truck as tough as I can make it. So this is gonna be Project Tough Truck or Tough Savage, whatever you call it, what you wanna. But I'm gonna try to make it as tough as I can, just in case I end up bashing with some Armor guys or some X Max guys. I mean, the truck will hold up to a lot. That's why a lot of guys like these trucks because that was their original claim to fame, that they held up. But so that's why it's kind of, guys kind of dig these trucks. So I want to try to improve on that and just build a monster, man. Just build something, So when the motherfucker say send it, I can actually send it and not really look at them stupid because I just don't, it's just me, man. It's just my humble opinion. But sending my shit 50 feet in the air just to watch it come back down to see if it survives just don't look like it's fun to me. That's just me. Or trying to jump it and send it as far as I can. I mean, that's cool and it look cool flying through the air and all that. But nah. I mean, when I first got into the hobby, I was doing stuff like that. But now, nah. I just like trying to drive as skillful as I can. That's the turn on for me. You know what I mean? Not necessarily punishing the truck, but just trying to drive with the utmost skill. Because the guys who like race on tracks, you trust me, that's skill. If you race on the track, like you professionally racing or them sponsored races, or you really racing with guys that sponsored, that's skill. Trust me. That keeping your shit on the track is skill. That takes practice, practice, practice. Especially guys that race on road, and man, because I'm probably off road because you got to know how to land your truck, or fly your truck, or whatever, your buggy, or whatever the hell you racing. You got to know how to fly that motherfucker over them berms and jumps and shit. So, yeah, man, you got skill, man. But anyway, um, yeah, man, this is gonna be Project Tough Savage or Tough Truck or just the beater, whatever the fuck I want to call it, and or something crazy. But it's just going. I'm gonna just try to build it as tough as I can. So I gotta thank God I got a lot of cool dudes who build these things and off on YouTube and off. So I'll be able to ask questions and stuff about shit I don't know. So I know I got a pair of bulletproof dips in one of those bins. I got arms, bumpers, fuel tanks, motor mounts. I probably don't got a bunch of. I don't have no servos, but as far as the mechanical stuff, uh, down to a lot of the bits and pieces, I have screw set, um, yeah, I got pretty much everything except the servos for this truck in those bins, and probably for a couple of more trucks. I know one more for at least one more. I can probably build one more down to those little bitty pins that you stick through the axles. I don't have those, but everything else I got. Um, so we will see uh, what I can come up with this thing, man. Oh, just let me give y'all a quick update on the Savage giveaway. We had the winners named Johnny Smith. He's from the UK. Y'all know all that. So I had a lot of shit on my plate, so I couldn't send it to him right away. But when I got ready to send it to him, I took it to UPS. They took the truck. Some of y'all probably know where this is going already. They took the truck. The truck didn't have wheels on it. They set it on the scale. They set the wheels on the scale with the truck. Dude stepped to the step to the register or wherever he get his readout at, and that man told me 700 and like almost $800 just to send it. Excuse me. I could have took that shit over there myself for that amount of money. So I wasn't cool with sending, especially being Christmas time and all kinds of shit is happening. It wasn't gonna happen. So I couldn't send it DHL. I couldn't send it FedEx because they was pretty much close to that. I mean, U.S. mail was damn near 400. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, we're gonna have to work something out. So he got kind of frustrated, and I can dig it. He a young kid. He won. He wanted shit. I get it. But eventually, I had to just explain to him, man, shit happened, life happened. Don't worry, the truck is yours, and you're gonna get it. Just give me some time. So we talked and hashed that out. So he said he got an idea. I think he has some relatives that lives here in the States in Maine. I believe in Maine somewhere. So I'm gonna ship it there real soon. So he'll be getting it real soon. Plus he's over here for a tournament. I forget what the kid's into. But the kid's into where he travels the world, so it's probably some pretty cool shit. But he'll be starting a YouTube channel soon, so you'll be able to catch up with him and check out the Savage and check out all the stuff he's doing because he wants to be a part of the YouTube community with the RCs and stuff. So look for him, man. Look for him. He's a knowledgeable kid. But yeah, man, that's the ins and outs with that. I'm really liking all the attention Team Associated is kind of bringing out with the re-release of the RC GT10. Man, the GT10, man, that's crazy how people is like going crazy. Like motherfuckers is really talking about it. So I'm in a group for that truck, and man, you should see the activity in that one. It's the busiest group. I'm in a bunch of groups, but it's a real busy group. I posted my associated GT. I posted mine, and it's got the LRP. I think 18 in it. I never thought. I didn't think LRP made engines that small, but it comes to find out they make it all the way to a .12. So they really up and down. You could probably get anything you want from them. They don't just make big blocks, which is probably should be obvious. but yeah, man, I posted mine and fools was trying to buy it. When I posted it, I'm like, oh, that truck has like a cult following. I didn't really know the history of it until I seen the little video that the Team Associate put on YouTube, and I remember the truck real well because you saw it all the time in car action. So I know it was like a truck that motherfuckers raced and was really behind, but I didn't know the history of it, and I didn't know what it was really doing. I didn't know it was like undefeated on fucking racing and all that other shit. That was some shit I learned like a couple of days ago. So, but I like how everybody is excited about the reissue. I was gonna sell mine, to be honest, because I kind of enjoy the 1/8 scale stuff. Eventually, I might do quarter scale. I might do quarter scale, but them motherfuckers take up a lot of room, and the shit I got takes up a lot of room. So maybe one day, maybe I'll get a Baja or something like that, you know, or a Rampage. I like the Rampage. I like that. Maybe I'll get something like that one day, maybe in the future. But you know, I like seeing dudes run them and all that. But I'm really enjoying the 1A space. 110 is cool. I mean, I race 110 drag cars. You know, the DR10, and it's a big car to be a 10 scale. But you know, um, that's that's about all the 10 scale racing or 10 scale stuff I'm gonna have. I mean, I got a crawler that's a 10 scale, and it's cool. Eventually, um, I'm gonna get back into my crawler and you know, see what else I can come up with it. I didn't. I know it's feeling all lonely over there and ain't getting no attention and shit. So, and plus, I like being able to, you know, plug and play and go out, have a good time. You know, and ain't got to worry about gas or glow plugs or nothing like that. I could just go run, have a good time, look at the truck, see what I can get the truck to do. You know, crawling is pretty fun. You know, don't just stay in one part of the hobby. Move around, man, because it's a lot of shit to do. Now I got a new addition, you know, and I was like, man, should I buy this? Because I'm like, dude, want it for the low, and I'll be seeing them going for like 400, 500. I'm like, okay, it must be, you know, what people say it is. But I like to really check out things for myself. You know, I'm one of them kind of dudes. I gotta if I'm a take a motherfucker word, if I don't know you like back and forth, you know what I'm saying, through the mud, and I have to explain the mud to you one day. But if I don't know you, I'm taking you at face value. You know what I mean? Like everybody. But I like to just really do my own research. I like to, you know, check shit out. So I was talking to this cat, you know, and he had something that I was kind of interested in for the low. So I said, man, would you take this? He was like, yeah. I'm like, cool. So we made a deal, and here she is, nice and orange, nice and orange, man. He had this big thing sitting, and he wanted like next to nothing. I'm like, okay, I ain't seen. It got to be like motherfucker catfishing people, or this is scam. This is scam, but nah, dude wanted for the low, and I'm like, okay. So um, we chopped it up. Man, he boxed it up and sent it to me from the bay, and here we are, man. So um, it's a nice truck. He took care of it. It do got a little road rash on the bottom. That's to be expected because it's flat on the bottom. So you know, you send these motherfuckers, you gonna get a little road rash on the bottom and on the bottom of the arms. You know, you could tell that he had some fun with this motherfucker. So that's actually a good thing. So, but it's not beat the fuck up. Like you see some shit be whooped, and motherfuckers be on like top dollar for it. Motherfuckers be on top dollar for it, but it be whooped. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of that. You see a lot of that. A motherfucker probably have like maybe 4 or 5, maybe $50 in parts, but want like 300 for them. You know, you see a lot of that. You know what I mean? You see a lot of guys, and some guys are dead ass serious. Some of them are serious as fuck. You know about what the fuck they saying, and will cuss you the fuck out if you try to say that's too much. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of that in them groups, man. So I'm like, wow. But it's still a cool hobby. It's just you gonna get crazy shit no matter what you do, no matter what field you in, no matter what part of the world you operate in that, you gonna always run into some wild ass shit. But anyway, man, this truck is pretty solid, man. I'm happy with it. I was definitely happy with the price. It's got a Proline X6 F650 body on it, which is damn near impossible to get. And it's not all whooped and cracked. I mean, it's got wear where the body post holes are and on the corners, but it's not cracked or whooped on. Um, it's a little, you could tell it's been sitting, but not sitting like probably like in a room somewhere. He probably didn't really leave it in a garage because it just got a little surface dust underneath of the shell. But I mean, overall, the truck's in pretty motherfucking good shape for what I paid for it. Um, and got an extra set of these tires. Um, um, got this gear guard on there, so it's pretty cool, man. He gave me the starter thing with it, and most importantly, he gave me the manual, man, with a lot of little extra stuff in it. Wait a minute, yeah, sticker sheet and shit. I'll take it, you know. I'll take it. But I'm gonna get into this thing, man, and I'm glad he gave me the manual with it because I was gonna go get one printed anyway or to download it. So I will prefer to have the hard copy than downloading it to my phone or computer. But yeah, man, this motherfucker pretty solid though, man. So like I was saying, I wanted to, just check this truck out a little bit. Now, I done gave away a couple of my Savages, so I'm trying to thin my herd out a little bit. So, but I know I can build, a couple of more Savages. So, I mean, I don't really need another Savage. So, I mean, I could have just stopped at that, but why not enjoy what else is out there? You know what I mean? So, I've always been a fan of the Nitro Monster trucks, especially that era. That era was like real special. If you was in the hobby at that time, you remember how much shit that was out there. You remember all the buzz behind those trucks, and it was just so many. Everybody was making them. It was everybody had a monster truck, and everybody had a monster truck bigger than the last one. And then we got the Sin that's bigger than them all. You know what I mean? But everybody had a monster truck. Everybody, I remember Offna they had the Titan out and they had the Dominator out at the same time. That's how much motherfuckers was clamoring for a Nitro monster truck. That's how busy it was. It was really, really busy. I mean, they used to have the the T-Max Freaks in Texas used to give a big event where it's all T-Maxes and shit. If you watched Inside RC, they used to come on the Nashville network back in the day. They had them on there. And then the editor from, from Car Action, Chris Shanelli, I think his last name is, that passed. He had his own show on DYI network, a RC show, which was pretty cool. That didn't last long. It seemed like no RC show lasts long on TV for shit. Yeah, we've had TV shows, showcasing monster trucks and shit, Nitro monster trucks. So it was pretty fucking big back then, man. It was really, really popular. Kind of like RC drag racing kind of took over the hobby for a minute. Like crawling took over the hobby for a minute. Now, if you look, it's minis. Like everybody's on minis and shit. Mini crawlers and mini this. I'm like, that's wow. You know what I mean? You never know which way the hobby is gonna go. But all kinds of trends come and go. And unfortunately, monster trucks came and went, but guys like us keep it alive. So, and then you got a lot of new people coming into the hobby that seen the truck way back, probably wanted one, probably couldn't afford one, and now they can, because now you can find these trucks. If you're lucky and if you wait and you be patient, you can find these trucks damn near next to nothing. You just got to be patient. I seen a bunch of trucks, motherfuckers wanted like 500. I'm like, I could just wait. Eventually, something's gonna fall in my lap, and it always do. You just got to be patient. You can always find a deal. Somebody making a deal, always ready to make a deal. Trust me. You just got to network, and I have a pretty good network. You know what I mean? Of messing with guys, talking to guys in the different groups, because that's where a lot of the knowledge is. You got a lot of guys in there, no shit, even though the next guy might think the next guy's an asshole, but they still know their shit. You know what I mean? So you can always go in these groups and ask and, talk to guys, see what guys are talking about. It's always a cool thing just to learn something new that you probably didn't know, because nobody knows it all, so that's my take on that. But yeah, we gonna get into this bitch, man. We gonna see what this thing do. Now, I'm still Team Savage. Don't get that twisted. Do not get that misunderstood. I am still Team Savage and gonna be. Nothing's gonna change that. Even if this truck happened to be so much better, I'ma still say the Savage is the king to me, because that's how I feel. I'm in T-Max groups because I got a T-Max. You should hear them guys talk about the T-Max. Boy, they swear on the motherfuckers. Same thing about the Monster GT. I'm in a Monster GT group. Them guys is just as passionate about those trucks as I'm about the Savage, and guys about Warheads, or I know guys that think the Mad Force was the shit and there ain't nothing better than it. It just depends on the motherfucker's taste. I like them all. I like some more than others, but the Savage is my favorite. But I like them all. You know what I mean? You'll never. One thing you ain't gonna never hear me say on my channel is me shitting on another truck, because I think the Savage is what I think it is. I mean, that's just, I'm disrespecting the whole hobby doing stupid shit like that. So I just try to keep the shit 100 with you, man, and have some fun, because that's what this shit is really about. At the end of the day, making videos on YouTube is a hobby while I'm fucking with my hobby. You know what I mean? So I keep it right there, and that's where it's gonna stay. And I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, because you're not gonna stop it. Only way it's gonna stop if I want to stop it. That's the only way it's gonna stop, and I'm not stopping. So we gonna keep bringing y'all a little bit of this Nitro action. So if I get to 1,000 subscriptions or not, or if I just get one more and no more after that, we still gonna be doing what we doing and still having fun. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, this is the hobby, man. This is my outlet. This is my fun outlet. And we're going to keep it going just like that. You dig? But yeah, man, I like this thing, man. This thing is pretty cool. I picked it up. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, all right. Motherfucker, all right. So we're going to get into it, though, man. But let me let y'all get a little peek underneath while I'm sitting here running my motherfucking mouth, and let you get a little bit of where the clothes off. You know what I'm saying? I forget what engine is in there, but I just found the original engine that goes in these things. So I'm thinking about going ahead and getting that, because I want the original engine in here. And that could just be a spare engine or whatever I can run. Or I might throw the LRP 30 in here. I don't know, but I want the original engine though. I must have the original engine. So that's gonna happen. It's a guy in the LST group. He has an original engine. He wants me. He wants to trade me that engine for that body. That's how bad he wants that body. Um, I was thinking about trading him for it, but that's when I thought it was red because in the pictures it looked red, but it's orange. I don't think he's gonna get that body. Um, yeah, I don't think he's gonna get it, y'all. I mean, I know how much those bodies are going for, um, and that's not even one for the XL. I have one for my XL up there, but the just a regular one for the X is expensive as fuck. I've seen them for a couple of hundred and up, because they just Proline makes those bodies and then they just stop because I guess the licensing or what have you. But they make those bodies and they stop real quick. So when Proline was making bodies for the DR10, like they made a Camaro body, I bought one of them. I've never used it, never opened it, but I got it because I know they was gonna make them motherfuckers and stop, and that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. I don't know if you can find them now, but I know they don't make them no more, especially after Horizon bought them. So those runs are really short. But yeah, man. So it's got this guard on here for the gears. I'm glad to see that because I don't like them exposed. Let's see underneath. That's a little road rash. It's got some metal. It's got some aluminum arms on here that's kind of scraped up. Got a guy in the group sitting on the load of that shit. Told me get at him, DM him. I might DM him and check him out, see what he got. He's got a lot of stuff. I might end up replacing all these, but not till I run it like this first. So I might end up replacing the arms. I mean, there's really no need to. They just scratched up. There's really no need to, but I like to put my own little work in, on my trucks. So, yeah. But it seems to be all there. I think I'm gonna run a Savage air cleaner on here just because I just like them. It ain't just because it's from a Savage. It's because they work. I mean, some people don't like them, but they work. They work really, really well. If Woogie like them, then they work. Just so you know. If he's using them because he's a connoisseur. So if he's using them, then they work pretty well. So I've always used them, especially when they introduced them, and I started just buying them because the original air cleaner that came on the Savage 25 sucked. It was just a little bitty thing like just on top. But they really work well. They really keep the air out they really keep the dirt out. Long as you keep the internal oil with oil in it, man, that thing will work perfectly. No problem whatsoever. And it stays on. It don't pop off real easy. You ain't got to, some people zip tie them down, which is not a bad idea. But they don't never come off. No matter how bad you fucking crash, they don't come off. So, and you running dirt, they will catch that dirt, you know what I mean? But they work. They do the job. So I'll be probably running with one of those. But if I can save that, I will. But yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see. These shocks are big as fuck. You know what I mean? So I can see why, people really dig them. But I'm gonna see what it do. I'm gonna see what it do though. I just want to drive it to see how it handle versus my Savage, because all my Savages drive different. None of them drive the same. So, and it could be because of wheels, power plant, servos, It's a lot of different shit. But yeah, I want to see how this drive, because I got a stock Savage over there. See how this drive versus that. Should be fun day. But yeah, I'm gonna get her cleaned up though. I mean, she ain't really too dirty. She a little scarred up, but she ain't like really dirty. You know what I mean? A little dusty. Take it out. Let the air compressor have his way. Um, you know, tank looks cool. I'm gonna stick a receiver in here later on today and see what works, see what ain't working, and we're gonna go from there. I'm probably gonna take this off to get a look inside. Have a little fun today, man. Have a little fun. It's supposed to be dry here pretty soon, so hopefully we can get a video of this thing doing this thing out front. You know what I mean? See what it can do. You know, I got spare tires for this thing, so it's yeah. Ooh yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Told y'all, man, we doing it live in 25. So you know what I'm saying. Look for some more. Look for some more coming, man. It's a couple of more trucks out there. I'm looking at. I ain't gonna say what they are, but I'm looking at them. I'm looking at a few other things. Just because, man, on the side of, um, you know, I kind of like being a historian to a lot of shit, especially when it comes to like hip hop or anything that I'm into, like hip hop and barbecue food, shit like that. Um, and the history, the history of the Nitro Monster Truck is something that I always just like. So you know, and I used to see all the trucks back in the day. I mean, actually, the Savage wasn't even my first choice. I was gonna get a T Max first. Then I seen that off the Titan. I was like, oh shit, look at this beefy ass bitch. I started seeing all these different monster trucks, and I'm like, wow. But then I was like, I'm gonna get a Savage. I think I like the Savage. That was the 21. By the time I got a 21, 25 was out, so I got that. And the rest is fucking history. You know what I mean? But I still saw other trucks. I saw the EK4. Matter of fact, I had got with at the time, God bless the dead, my brother-in-law and his brother-in-law, um, they had trucks. My brother-in-law had a T-Max. He had 3 T-Maxes, and his brother-in-law had a EK4. And man, we was on like a homemade track out in his backyard, and you should have heard that thing. That fucking helicopter motor was, man. I was like, that fucking thing is huge. And it was just bouncing. It was hitting the jumps, but it was bouncing. It had a lot of recoil. But it was a huge fucking truck. Huge truck. So I've seen like all the monster trucks, and I got the issue of RC Car Action where they do a comparison of them all, where they have literally every Nitro Monster truck made, and they tested them all the same. They did them on a track. They did a like fucking road and track magazine type shit. You know what I'm saying? They did the whole get down with all of them, and the T Max was outshining a lot of the motherfuckers, like everything, because the T Max is a nimble truck. You know what I mean? That's the edge it has, and the Revo is even better. But yeah, man, the comparisons and all the shit they was doing, I've seen that shit repeatedly. So you probably won't see me do a comparison video because it's redundant as fuck. So, but you will see me running this motherfucker though, and you will see me running probably one jumping on one and jumping off the other in one video. You'll probably see that maybe, or when I'm out kicking it or hanging with my boys in the springtime and we running, you might see some action, but you won't see no comparison video. It's just I don't knock them. I don't knock nobody doing them, but it's redundant for me. You know what I mean? It's information I'm already privy to, so I don't really. But there's definitely people that need to see it, haven't seen it, don't know it, just getting into the hobby. So it's always going to be a place for it. You know what I mean? But it's just redundant for me to do it. But look for it on the channel, man. Look for some other things coming. This is All Aspects RC. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to be a part of all aspects of the hobby. So eventually I'm gonna get to this damn boat and take that out. Eventually I'm gonna get back into this drag racing. I gotta holler at my man and see what they really talking about of bringing back this 916 uh, group again and of drag races to see if we're gonna start racing every Sunday. So they've been trying to bring it back. So you might see a little bit of more of that back on the channel. It's kind of how I started. If you go all the way down, you'll check it out. Most of the videos that I posted back early, few years back, was RC drag racing, and you know, we're gonna be introducing that back to the channel. So, you know, and some other things I'm working on, you know, some other things, some other stuff, man. You know, you gotta kind of switch it up a little bit. You know what I mean? We don't want to stay on the same thing. You know, we want to actually create some content that people really want to look at. You know what I mean? So we're gonna work on that. But and then I'm thinking about doing some merch. Shout out to my man, um, RC Life 420, man. He inspired me about the merch, so I might do some merch. You know what I mean? But that's really you know, far out there. You know what I mean? I'm really just liking doing what I'm doing, just making the videos and driving the trucks and working on the trucks, and you know, I just like doing what I'm doing. So we'll see though, man. But I'm gonna end this motherfucking video, man, because y'all got shit to do, and so do I. So I'm gonna probably read up on this thing a little later, and and you know, research some parts numbers, stuff like that. Look up parts. I've been looking up parts while it was getting mailed to me. So it's a lot of parts out there. I know guys say, you know, parts are hard to come by. They are, because they didn't make a lot of these trucks. I mean, it's not, the T-Max had its own event. The T-Max with the T-Max Freaks, and the Savage had its own event, which is the Savage Slam. I don't think no other truck has had their own event. So the parts for the T-Max gonna always be around. Same thing with the Savage, they're gonna always be around, even though these motherfuckers went out of business a couple of times and came back. But you know, you can easily find parts. Trust me, you can find. I never understood why guys like, you can't find parts for a Savage. Bullshit. You can find them everywhere, and for T-Max, and you can find them for a LST. Now they're not plentiful as the other two, but they on there and they can be had. So it's parts to be had. These trucks are to be had too, but you're gonna pay for them. Believe that bullshit. You're gonna pay. Excuse me. You're gonna pay top dollar if you catch them all. If you catch one looking at, I seen a few that was going for top dollar. So depending on the run of the truck is what you're gonna fucking pay. You know, if the truck didn't have a very long run or a very short part list, you could pay a lot. You could pay nothing. You could not pay a whole lot at all. Like it's some trucks that didn't have a long run but don't have a lot of parts either. So guys don't want to pay for them because you can't run. You can look at them, but that's it. You're paying for a gigantic ass model that you ain't gonna never want to drive because you can never fix it if you fuck it up. And if you do find guys with parts, they want your left nut for it. So, you know, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. So, I'll just stick to the shit that, you know, I can find parts for. So, but yeah, man, with that being said, man, I'm going to let y'all enjoy this good Saturday. I'm enjoying this good Saturday. Like I said, I'm going to read up on this thing and go from there, man. I had to take apart my FLM Build XL because the one way had went out on it, so I had to bring that back, and he's ready to go. And then my other FLM build got the new feet on it and is ready to go. They are ready. So it's supposed to dry up here pretty soon. So we'll get these back on the channel. I can't wait to drive this. I love driving that. That's such a fucking fun truck. God, that's a fun truck. Yeah, man, this Team Savage though, man. Don't get it twisted, man. I keep my shit displayed like this because I like looking at them. You know what I mean? So that's how cool this hobby is. You know? But y'all be easy, man. All aspects RC. And I'm out.